design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
You want to give them a real creative Christmas gift? How much you really care for them? Show them how much you care with an heirloom camellia from Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Bob has hundreds, no make that thousands of camellias to choose from, starting as low as $9.99, and you can spend up to $100 or more. No matter what, it's a gift, a better gift than the usual humdrum. How about a gift certificate? Buy as gifts, get free gift certificates for yourself, only at Bob Wines. And don't leave until you check inside the old-timey greenhouse for 20% off on hundreds of distinctive one-of-a-kind items. Take some time to visit this week. A gorgeous 5-acre garden any day till 4, Saturdays till 3. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, southeast of
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Hey, you say you're looking for some real holiday color? Well, my friends, there's no better place to do just that while enjoying the great Florida outdoors than Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Bob has rolled out some great best values for decorating, for growing, and for gifting. Deals like these this week. Nice size poinsettias, regularly $5 each, now 3 for $12. Budded Christmas cactus, as low as $4.99, and gorgeous living, potted, sheared to perfection Christmas trees, starting at a low $49.99. Of course, larger sizes are available. Come get your first look at this year's Camellia Show Spectacular going on this week. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 3. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, in the same Christmas blooming place since 1952.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz on a Tuesday morning. Give you the latest update on the weather right now. Tell you what the temperature is outside. This is according to weather.com. The temperature right now, 37 degrees in Ocala. With a weather update, there's a freeze warning tonight. Execute a pre-planned activity for your freeze warning because it's in effect from midnight to 8 a.m. tonight. Sub-freezing temperatures in the upper 20s. All of southeast Georgia and inland northeast Florida from midnight tonight to 8 a.m. Wednesday. Frost and freezing conditions that could kill crops and other sensitive vegetation. Appropriate action should be taken to ensure tender vegetation and outdoor pets have adequate protection from the temperatures. Young children, the elderly, and the homeless are especially vulnerable to the cold. So, take measures to protect all of those. But probably not going to be in the upper 20s here. We're a little farther south. So probably they're calling for 31, 30, 31, 32 degrees here. But still really, really cold, below freezing for quite a while tonight. So take the appropriate measures. We don't want anybody to get hurt out there. So make sure you're doing the right things that you need to do to make yourself safe, your animals, your outside animals safe, and your vegetation safe. Because, we're going to talk to Carol Ann Baldwin in the next segment. You got to In the Garden with Carol Ann Baldwin, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. We're going to talk to her about just this, the cold snap that's happening tonight. She'll have a lot of information to help you out to make sure your plants are taken care of. So just be cognizant of the fact that it's going to be very cold tonight, and it'll be the first freeze, or it's supposedly going to be the first freeze of the evening. And you hear weather reports that it can be anywhere from 28 to 36 degrees tonight is our low. Weather reports are like Major League Baseball. If you get it right 30% of the time, you can make millions of dollars. Well, that's how it is with the weather. If you get it right 30% of the time, you can make a lot of money. Ask Jim Cantori. He's been wrong so many times about where a hurricane's going, but if he shows up, people run. So be cognizant tonight that it's going to be very, very cold. Take the precautions you need to take with your pets and your plants. And if you have an elderly friend or you have somebody that needs somebody to look in on them, take a moment and look in on them. See if they got adequate heating and they got adequate blankets, stuff like that, to make sure everyone is protected with this first cold snap of the year. You knew this was going to happen. These mask mandates, here in Marion County, we have a mask mandate by the city of Ocala, but it's a toothless mandate. We all know that. But an appeals court Monday took up the battle about the constitutionality of mask mandates here in Florida, specifically the Alachua County order that requires people to wear a mask at all times. A 3-judge panel of the First District Court of Appeals heard arguments and a challenge that raises a series of issues, including whether the order violates privacy and free speech rights. You knew that's where they were going. When does the security of the masses outweigh the freedom of the minority? Galen Unaw and I talked about it yesterday. Safety never, in my opinion, outweighs freedom. If safety outweighed freedom, we wouldn't send people into harm's way in the military. It'd be safer not to. Freedom comes at an expense. Are we prepared for that expense? Are you prepared to accept that expense? That's the difference. The nation's founders said that life without liberty is not worth living, and life without being able to pursue happiness isn't worth living. You cannot prioritize one over the other without throwing the entire system out of whack. This according to Jeff Childers, an attorney for the plaintiff, Justin Green. They say the county order should be blocked and pointed to the principles of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You knew lawsuits like this were going to come up. You knew that it was going to be thrown into the court systems to say whether or not we should be required by a government entity to wear a mask. And I don't care which side of the aisle you come down on, you knew it was going to end up in court. If you think it's the government's job to protect the masses, then you think these mask mandates are okay. If you think that telling you have to wear a mask infringes on your rights, you think the mandate's not okay. But we all knew it was going to end up in court. We knew that's where this is going. Jack Ross, an attorney for Alachua County, said the key issue in this state is whether federal and or state constitution prohibits the citizens of Alachua County through their representatives from adopting reasonable regulations to restrict a spread of a deadly disease. He said we clearly have a medical emergency fraught with scientific and medical uncertainty. The facts change every day. The science changes every day. The courts are not in a position to make determination on a day-to-day basis on what is best for the people. Okay, we have a clear medical emergency which is fraught with scientific and medical uncertainties that changes every day. Well, if you're on the side of wearing masks, well, we got to wear masks because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or today or tomorrow. We need to stay with the mask just in case. If you're against the mandates of mask, you go, look, it's changing so fast. You don't know whether the mask works today or whether it works tomorrow, whether it works ever. But you're requiring me to wear one without any knowledge of whether it's working or not. That's both sides of the argument. One side says the science and the math is changing so quick you have to wear a mask because it's smart. If you don't know what the outcome will be, put a mask on just in case. The other side of the argument says if you don't know what the outcome is, how the hell do you know the mask is working? Either way, you knew that this was going to end up in court. And that's where this is going now. It's in front of a 3-judge panel of appeals, the First District Court of Appeals in Tallahassee. Now, continued political debates about wearing face masks during this pandemic have been all over the news. Mask requirements passed by local governments in several parts of the state have drawn legal challenges. Leon County, Gadsden County, they went to the First Circuit Court of Appeals after lawsuits were rejected by circuit court judges as well. So this isn't something that's just Alachua County. It's just Alachua County is the closest to us. But Leon County has it, Gadsden County has it, Alachua County has it. No matter what side of the argument you're on, whether you're for mask or against mask, if you didn't know this was going to end up in the court systems, you were naive. That's all I'm telling you. If you didn't know this was going to end up in the court system, you were naive. Speaking of naive, don't be naive and go out without a jacket today because it's cold outside. Coming up in the next segment, it's In the Garden with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. We're going to talk, I'm sure, about the things I need to do, you need to do, and everybody needs to do to protect your plant life tonight as the lows predicted from Alachua County down to the villages, anywhere between 28 and 36 degrees, depending on where you live in that area. Depends on a fluctuation of about 8 degrees difference. And is that a big deal? We'll ask Carol Ann Baldwin about that, among many other things, with In the Garden with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. She's coming up after this brief timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're coming to you live from the Paddock Mall, just outside the food court entrance of the Paddock Mall. This is Tom Schmitz with Ocala Talks on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Dr. Scott Atlas has resigned from the Trump administration's coronavirus team. He joined the White House back in August. His special appointment as a government employee was set to expire next week. Operation Warp Speed COVID-19 vaccines will have a final FDA approval meeting on December 10th. They will start being delivered within hours of the approval to frontline workers and the most vulnerable in our communities. Warp Speed leaders say every American that wants the vaccine will have the ability by late spring. Their message is, if 70% of Americans take the vaccine, COVID-19 will naturally die itself out. Oregon's race-based COVID-19 relief program for small businesses is for blacks only. This goes against the 14th Amendment of the Constitution and is now facing 2 separate lawsuits. The state has already doled out half the $62 million and will probably be gone by the time the courts step in. Thank you for listening. We are USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I've been taking vitamins off and on my whole adult life, and I've never seen any change. Not like this, not since I've been on Balance of Nature. I used to take prescription medication for muscle aches and stuff. I don't take that anymore. I wish I would have started it back when I first heard about it on the radio. And if I can give Balance of Nature any advice, keep it out on the radio, because I still hear these commercials from time to time, and I'm thinking, you people need to listen up. I mean, I'm over 50, and, your body starts wearing down. But Balance of Nature has literally changed my life. It really has.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
The 10 to 12-foot metal structure monolith found in southern Utah last week went missing. A few days later,
Today in Ag News, I'm a Southeast AgNet. USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service recently completed and published updates to a set of national conservation practice standards. They include 58 standards that have been updated or revised since August. According to Acting NRCS Chief Kevin Norton, those standards covered a wide range of practices, including irrigation water management.
Certainly, the irrigation technology is moving very quickly. There are new delivery